Hey guys, I figured I'd make a video for I believe it's called Life in a Day. So, since mine isn't going to be that interesting, I know it's probably not going to be picked for anything, but I figured, well, really, I honestly don't have anything to do right now, so I figured why not? I'm right now sitting in a hospital. I've been here for a little over a week now. Um, right now I'm actually sitting looking out my amazing view at a huge thunderstorm. It looks awesome, especially when you're up this high. You're like level with most of the light, so or it feels like you're level with most of the light rather. So I'm having a lot of fun watching it. Then there's also the reason why I'm in the hospital. I guess I should probably say it. I have this little issue right now with this, and a couple of my other fingers are kind of like it, but they're not as bad. So I went and I got it drained after a while because I started not being able to feel it, and they decided that I needed to get my heart checked out just to make sure that it wasn't an issue with my heart. So I was admitted to the hospital for a transesophageal echo. If you've ever had an ultrasound, it's kind of like that, or kind of like a regular echo, where wow. Okay, now that was bright and loud. Anyway, they do it inside. They take a tube and they put it down your throat, and it's like, I don't exactly know how to explain it, but it gives better pictures of certain parts of the heart. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, there was a lot wrong with my labs. So they kept me and they started doing a bunch of other tests, and they found out that there is a spot up here from one of my old dialysis catheters above my heart that is infected from somebody not removing all of it. There's a piece of fabric that goes around the catheter inside the body that the skin grows to in order to make sure the catheter doesn't fall out when the stitches are removed. And they left it in there and it got infected. So it's been infecting the rest of my body, which explains a lot of my infections that I've had. I also had to get what is called a PICC line put in. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good shot. Yeah, there it is. PICC line had to be put in because they have to change an IV every day, every 4 days, and I'm an impossible stick when it comes to blood draws, IVs, any of that. They went ahead and put it in. I think if I remember correctly, they can stay in 6 months. So that's actually kind of useful. Um, I also found out that I have to get a procedure done called a parathyroidectomy because my parathyroid glands, the hormone that they secrete, is so high that it is actually damaging the rest of my body. So they're right here. There's two here, and then there's two above it. And in order to remove them, they make a 6 centimeter incision, like right there, kind of where the hollow of your throat is. And they cut it across, and they remove them. And then they go, and then they put a little less than half, sometimes a half, in your arm, in the lower part of your arm, so it's accessible if they have to add more or have to take some of it out because your body needs it. But as far as I can tell, apparently too much of it can be a bad thing, like a lot of things in life. Um, really, I didn't know what to do for this video because, most people are going to sit there and they have something cool and interesting to talk about. Like, if there was a skateboarder, he would be probably showing, he or she would show off stunts, or a gymnast would show off their stunts, or a band would show a practice, or somebody just strumming on a guitar or whatever. Even, people who I don't know, a dog walker, maybe. They still have something interesting and they can leave where they're at. Me, I'm pretty much stuck in this room, or at least this hospital, because we're not supposed to go outside because they're afraid we're going to get sick, die, like right out in the street, and then they, get sued and whatnot. So we're kind of trapped in the hospital, even though it would be really nice to just go outside during the day and get a little sun. Um, Really, they're not doing much right now. I'm just waiting for the parathyroidectomy to be set up. It's not going to be until like Wednesday, I think, because the doctor is like really busy right now. So I'm pretty much sitting here just playing on the internet, watching TV, sleeping. Not much more I could do. I'm doing a little bit of reading, waiting for the next book in the series that I'm reading to come out. Sometimes I sit and I've had like 3 thunderstorms since I've been here. So I've been watching the thunderstorms, and I've had some visitors, of course my mom, and my mom actually brought my brother today, so I got to see him. And I had a couple of friends, they're married, they were so sweet. They came on their 5th wedding anniversary before their reservations for dinner, just so I could have a little bit of company. Um, and then 2 other friends that I know they're gonna get married someday. Um, they showed up, and he works until like midnight, 12:30, something like that. They showed up after he got off work and spent like an hour and a half here just so I could have some company and get my phone charged, because I didn't know I was coming here until after I was already gone. So I didn't have time to go home and grab stuff. I had to come right here and get admitted. So they brought the charger so I could charge my phone, since we have the same type of phone charger. And that way I got it charged up so I could send text messages or get phone numbers so I could use the hospital phone. And from there, my mom came and brought my charger a few days later when she got off of work. But really, I mean, like I said, there's not much too interesting about this, but I figured, why not? Give it a shot. Maybe there'll be at least one person who will learn something from the video. Um, One thing I ask anybody who watches this, don't think, oh, you poor thing, oh, that poor girl, oh, she's so young, there's so much wrong, because I don't want that. I don't want sympathy. I don't want someone to pity me. I have the best health care that I could possibly get. I'm at one of the top hospitals in America. I have amazing nurses and care partners that take care of me. I have amazing doctors. I have amazing family and friends. Well, they're pretty much one and the same. My friends are my family. But yeah, I do have amazing friends and family who have made me feel very comfortable about having all this wrong with me and needing all of this. And there are people out there worse off than me. So that is one thing I don't want people to say or feel, is pity or sympathy. I mean, you know, you can say, wow, that sucks. Hope she gets, the kidney she needs. I hope her surgeries go okay. I hope she gets out of the hospital soon. But the oh poor girl, the oh poor me, she has so much wrong with her that's so sad. You know what? Yeah, it sucks, but there's no reason to pity me, because if I had been born like 10 years before I would have been dead by now, because they didn't have dialysis as far as I know. I think, yeah, I think it was invented in like 1980 and I was born in 88. So, I mean, it's not like I am bad when it comes to healthcare. I have a lot that